Welcome back to Locked On Spurs right here on the Locked On NBA Network. I'm your host, Jeff Garcia, Spurs writer for Kins 5 San Antonio. Hey, TGIF, hope you're having a great end of the work week and getting ready for the weekend. And yeah, Spurs play tomorrow versus the Pelicans. So I figured before that game, very pivotal game as, Spurs are chasing the play-in spot, that we're going to special guest here on Locked On Spurs. Now, for those of you who do not know, for years now, before every season begins, the Spurs usually train with San Antonio's own and boxing champion, San Antonio boxing legend, James Leija. It's not uncommon for Spurs, where there have been Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Brendan Ford, Derek White, Lonnie Walker, pretty much everybody who has gone through the Spurs system of late has been training with James Leija in the offseason. Well, he invited me over to his gym in San Antonio to discuss what it's like to train the Spurs, which Spurs actually punch the hardest, and which Spurs could also possibly become a boxing star if they didn't choose a basketball path. It was a great interview. He talks about who was the strongest puncher that he's ever faced wearing a Spurs uniform, that how much he pushes the mental side of things when he's training the Spurs, and when it all began and how it all began. Share some funny stories, yes, one including Manu Ginobili that I think you're going to enjoy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview right here on Locked On Spurs, an exclusive interview that is, with Spurs boxing trainer and San Antonio boxing legend James Leija. Enjoy. So Jesse, how did you become involved with the Spurs and training them in the offseason? When did it all begin? Tell us a story.
Well, I think the way it started off, just initially way at the beginning, was in 1999, their lockout year, the first lockout year. They couldn't train at the facility, so I got a call from the Spurs organization asking if I would help the Spurs go through their running routines or just the workouts. And so I used to run at the Alamo Stadium, twice a week and do my sprint workout. So the Spurs would go out there and do my sprint workouts. I would run. I was still boxing at the time, so they would come out and just do the workout that I would do. Anything I was doing at the track, they would have to do the same thing. So we were all doing the same type of workouts. And one of the funny stories is Will Perdue came up to me and said, "James, I don't think we need to do these full 100-yard sprints because the basketball court's only 90-something feet or something like that." He said, and I said, "Well, how long do you think a boxing ring is?" I said, "Get out there and run." And so everybody laughed and he had to go and run too. So that was a funny thing. But that's where it started. And then in 2005, when I retired, I got a call from Popovich and asking if I would train the Spurs because I already had opened my gym. And he called the Spurs. They called me to see if I would train them in boxing. And it was mainly Tim Duncan who wanted to do it. So if Tim Duncan was doing it, everybody else had to follow because who was not going to do what Tim's doing? Right. So, and Tim's a martial artist. He loves martial arts, and he wanted to get his hands better in martial arts. So they called us, and my team and my sons went out there and started training. We've been training for since 2005.
Wow. You mentioned Tim Duncan right now.
Mm-hmm.
You and I spoke, days ago about that, and
yeah.
You said he's the one who really wanted to have the team do this and everything.
Yeah.
How is he? Because now that in retirement, he's all about MMA. He loves that.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
How was he training him? Was it any different training him as an NBA player? And that goes to the same for everybody else that you've trained.
Actually, with Tim, you could see why he's great at what he is, at what he does in basketball, because he took the same aspect and the same training seriousness that he did in basketball into boxing and to martial arts. But in boxing, he wanted to get it right. It's like we were doing technique stuff, and he would mess up. And I said, "It's okay, Tim." He goes, "No, it's not. Let's get it right."
Wow.
And I said, "Oh, okay." So he really wants to he was 100% wanted to do it the right way and make sure it was done right. And he improved so much from his striking from the beginning to the end. Even now when we go to the Spurs now, he's still out there and he still comes in. He still does boxing with us. You could see why he's great at what he did in basketball, because he takes the same seriousness in boxing or in martial arts. He's a perfectionist. He wants to get it done right, and he was amazing. a lot of guys are amazing, but they're great athletes too. On top of that, but not always did it transfer over to boxing because it's a different sport. But a lot of the guys still have that same eagerness to get great at it, and especially Tim though. But there was other guys out there that wanted to get good. There's some hard punchers. These guys are 230, 240, 260s. There's some big boys in there, and they hit. I think not Will Purdue, the Red Rocket. He's one of the hardest punchers out there. He was one of the hardest punchers out there, and I mean, just when he's hitting those hand pads, and your arms are like, oh my God, this guy hits so hard. And every time I'm there and I'm sparring, I always think, how would I take their punch? Yeah. And because these guys can hit, and I was like, oh man, I wouldn't want to get hit by him. That's the first thing you think is when you get hit by a hard puncher. Like, oh, I want to get hit by him.
Was it Matt Bonner who surprised you the most as far in the ring? As far as punching power, was it somebody else? Did anybody walk in and you're looking at, I don't know, I'm making it up, like some rookie come in and he throws a punch, you're like, whoa, I didn't know he had it in him.
That was Matt Bonner. I didn't think he had that type of power. When he hit, he just was incredible. He's a big guy too, though. Right, you got to think he's 260, but you're supposed to hit hard, but he's just an incredibly hard puncher. Mm-hmm. Tim's a hard puncher, but fast. Tim is more technique but with a lot of power too. And
fundamental, right?
Yeah, and Tony Parker was just all about speed. He was the same guy you saw on the basketball court, the same guy in boxing, just like a Floyd Mayweather, fast and get it in and out, super fast. And Manu was a perfectionist. He mastered that thing within a week. He was so good. The first day we had him, he got so tired. He was laying down in the ring. Said, "Don't worry, I'll come back and I'll be stronger next time." And then a week later, he was just like on fire, and we were all looking at him like, oh my God, we couldn't believe how good he was. He picked it up so fast, and even Tim was looking at him thinking, oh my God, I can't believe how good he is.
Right,
and he just, he was only at it at 2 weeks, and he was really good at it.
Has Coach Popovich ever tried some of your training methods?
Pop used to do it all the time at the beginning. He loved the mitts, he loved hitting the bag and all that, but I think he had a wrist problem or something, and he had to stay away from it. But he loves boxing. Matter of fact, when we first started this, he was going to put a boxing gym inside his house.
Oh, wow.
So I got him a heavy bag. I got him the double M bag. I got him gloves. I got him all that to set him up and to start him off with. He put one in his house.
Yeah,
so he still made boxing at his house. I don't know.
Exactly.
But he doesn't do it with us because all the guys, we have 16, 17 guys out there.
Did you ever have a chance to work out with Kawhi Leonard? Did he ever go through? Yeah, he did.
Yeah. We worked out Kawhi Leonard quite a bit. Matter of fact, even when during the season, I forgot what year it was, he was hurt during the season. I think when he first messed up his was it his hamstring or his quad or something. He was just boxing. He was just boxing with us. We did twice a week just to get him back into shape before he started playing basketball again. So I was training him personally. Just going over there, just training Kawhi.
Wow.
And he's really good too.
Yeah.
He's real quiet but really good. Yeah.
So you've trained Popovich, you trained the big three, Tim Duncan. You got some surprises. You mentioned Will Purdue, Matt Bonner, how fast Tony Parker was. Has there ever been a player that you really had to work with? Like, all right, come on, you're not getting this.
Hey, it's that time of year again. March Madness, college basketball's tournament is finally here. It's even in San Antonio as we speak. Look, from all the latest odds, contests, player props, betonline.net is the number one source for all your sports betting needs and info. I go there, you should go there too. Hey, look, it's in San Antonio. March Madness. You got to check out betonline.net. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. Catch up on everything you need to know about your favorite team, whether it be NFL, NBA, MLB, over at BetOnline. It's not just basketball. BetOnline is your continuous source for all your sporting wagering information needs, including live betting that is, and your favorite Vegas casino games. I know whenever I miss Vegas, I just have to go to BetOnline and I can play all my favorite games right there in real time. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. Hey, look, what do you got to lose? You got everything to gain. Go to BetOnline right now. I really do love the favorite Vegas casino games that I get to play when I am away from one of my favorite cities. Once again, go to BetOnline. It's where the game starts.
I don't know. I guess there have been. I can't even think of who it was, but there were some guys that just don't get it or didn't want to train. Or there's some guys. I'm not going to mention who they are, but some of the guys just don't want to do the boxing. They, maybe they're intimidated. I don't know. They're intimidated, or they just don't want to do it, or they're doing something else. But there's only a few guys that just say, "Nah, we're not going to box." And every time we ask them, they say no. But the whole team's doing it, but they don't. There's a couple of guys that haven't. But maybe they have hurt wrists, or maybe the trainers say, don't do it because your wrist is hurt.
Right,
Maybe, so I don't know.
Situation,
I don't know. But but pretty much, all the big guys, all the players. Because first of all, if Tim's doing it, everyone's doing it. And if Tim's doing it, if your captain is doing it, your leader's doing it, you want to do it as well. And that's why they do it. But Tim, even when Tim's not there, you got everyone coming in, and they love it because it's something different. You're learning how to protect yourself. It's a mental to do this and to learn how to defend yourself and to just confidence. It's a confidence builder. Yeah. It's a huge confidence builder for guys that if you're doing it and you're learning how to defend yourself, you could play a little harder on the court. Not that you're going to fight, but if you had to, you could. Yeah. That's like walking into a room with a bunch of guys and you know how to defend yourself. You're not going to worry about that. Yeah. Because you're confident. Yeah. And it goes a long way in life. And I think a lot of these guys are really confident in their play, and if it ever came down to it, they can defend themselves.
Exactly.
And that's the key. It's confidence. It's having confidence and playing a little harder, pushing the guy a little harder without having to worry about what's going to happen.
Talking with James Leija, San Antonio Zone boxing champion, right here at Leija Boxing Fitness. More on that in just a few moments. So now you see the team transitioning now to a younger group. Lonnie Walker, you have former Spur Brent Forbes, before he left, Rudy Gay, before he left as well. You saw that transition, but now it's the young guys. And you and I spoke a few days ago talking about the aha moment, and I want to talk about that because you're more than just physical coach, like running with them and in the ring with them. You talked about the mental aspect of it, and even as a matter of fact, you told me Lonnie Walker even reached out to you a few times talking about the mental side of it. Talk to us about that and how the Spurs really value them, getting these players mentally sharp.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about is the confidence part of it, is being mentally confident in your abilities and mentally confident in what you can do and how you can play. When Lonnie and Brent Forbes first came in, they were just starting off. They were beginning to see, but they were boxing and they loved it. They were coming in doing privates. They called us, hey, can we work out even more with you guys? And I said, and I was telling these guys, you guys are going to be great players because, not just because of the boxing part, because it takes the individual, but here's the thing. If you're in the NBA, everybody's good. Everybody's in the NBA. If you're playing in the NBA, you're a good player. What separates you from everyone else? What separates you from LeBron? What separates you from Kobe? What separates is the mental aspect part of it. We can they're all good. Right, you're in the NBA. You made it, so you have the right just to be as good as anyone else. No one's stopping you, but you have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to believe in your abilities, and you have to. I said, hey, if I'm fighting somebody, and they're great fighters, I'm gonna punch them back too. If they hit me, I'm gonna hit them back too. I don't care who you are. I'm going to hit you back. They may beat me, but I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to fight you. There was a joke, Lonnie Walker, as big as Lonnie Walker is, I don't know what, 220, 230, and he's 6'7", 6'8". And I said, Lonnie, if you and I got in a fight, you would probably knock me out or beat me or something, but I'll guarantee you're not going to like it because something's going to happen to you. I'm going to bite your ear, I'll bite your nose, I'm going to fight dirty because I need to fight and I know how to fight. And we laugh about it because that's true. These are big guys and they're great athletes, but I'm not afraid. I'm going to fight you. And that's the confidence you need to have when you play against anyone. Hey, you're just as good as he is. You made it to NBA just like he did. And so that's the confidence part of it. And boxing gives you that confidence. And now it gives you confidence, but it's not a false confidence. False confidence is if you're in there and you're not working out, not training hard, not doing what you're supposed to do, you still have to work as hard as everyone else. But I told these guys, I told Lonnie and Brent, back when they first started, I said, you guys are going to be great players because I can see the drive and the determination you have right now. Just trying to be better at boxing, it's going to take you a long way. Wow. And not to say, they would have done it anyways or not, I don't know, but look where they're at now.
You see the game, basketball's changing. It, back in the 90s, it was sort of slow down, half court, bruising, big guys, but now it's more flow, free. It's a finesse game. Do you have to consider that when you're training the new generation of Spurs in the ring, or is it still just simply about conditioning and making sure that they're ready for that up and down play?
Yeah, you know what? No, I'm just training them to get mentally tough.
Okay.
I want them to be mentally tough, and through boxing, you become mentally tough because you can defend yourself. It's just knowing you know how to defend yourself. And I'm not saying that, I don't want to tell everybody this is violent or whatever, but it's not. But I'm just saying, if I walked into it could be anywhere, right? Walk into it, there's people there, but I have a gun in my pocket just because I want to be safe. That's confidence for me. I have something to back me up in case I have to. Well, that's why I see defending yourself as well. I'm confident because I know how to defend myself, and I can play hard. I can do whatever I need to a little bit more. And these guys, there's nothing like having confidence and knowing you know how to defend yourself or know how to play at your best or knowing what you've done to get better at your sport. Like these guys, Kobe Bryant was a huge boxing fan. He boxed all the time.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, not with me, but he boxed all the time. And look at the mental aspect he has. Westbrook boxes all the time. These guys have a different mentality, and now it's something you have or something you learn. And I think in my career, I learned how to be confident. I knew how to fight. I knew how to do that, but the confidence didn't come into about when I turned pro in 1988. No, actually, it was 1990. I turned pro in '88, but I had one of my friends gave me a book. My dad's best friend gave me a book, and it changed my life. It was about positive thinking, and it changed my life. And from that point on, it changed my life, changed my character, changed everything about me because I became a confident person because I knew I could do whatever I wanted to do. I just had to work hard at it.
And you became a champion. I mean, you did.
Yeah, and not only that, a champion, but I became a champion in life because I became a confident person. I'm not a negative person. I don't believe in the word can't. I can do anything I want.
Yeah,
just gotta work at it.
What's been the feedback from the Spurs over the years? I mean, obviously they're still sticking with you. We saw it again this past offseason. You've been doing it for years. Obviously, you're doing something right. What have they been saying? Did they ever come back to you and say, Jesse, we love what you're doing with the team?
No, the Spurs, I think the way they say they love it is by continuing calling me back and having me go back and train the guys or the guys coming to my gym. Now, I was always going to their gym. Now they come over here and we go back and forth. To me, that's the sign of our work that we're doing with them is that they continue using me. We're 17 years into it, going on 18, and I just think it's good for us. It's good for them. It's good for the players, and I think the fans see it too. The fans see it because they can see us. We posted. The Spurs posted. Lonnie Walker posted whatever about. And it's a good relationship that we have, and we do it with class, and we do it with a lot of pride as well.
Is there one routine that you put these guys through that they hate? Is there one thing that they know it's coming and they're just grunting and groaning like we don't like this?
No, they may not like it. It's the mitt part. Everybody loves to do the mitts, but it gets you so tired and so fatigued. But you want to do it because you know you're gonna get better at it, and it's the mitts, holding the mitts, and they punch and all that, and we punch them back, and we do all that stuff, and it gets you so tired, so fatigued, but they love it.
Yeah,
and that's part of growing and getting better.
Maybe we can exclude Tim Duncan here because he's all Mr. Boxing and MMA guy. Yeah. But has there ever been a player that in your training time you looked at him and said, you know what, if he wasn't an NBA player with the Spurs, he could have been a boxer?
NBA Top Shots is the officially a licensed NFT of the NBA. Connect with a community of hundreds of thousands of NBA fans as a natural progression of fantasy sports, a way to upgrade your experience as an NBA fan. Look, this is the future of what being an NBA fan looks like. It's part trading cards. Every moment on a Top Shot originates in a pack. Unlike trading cards, these aren't still images on a card. These are officially a licensed NFTs of the greatest moments from NBA history. It's very akin to the stock market for the NBA. Every day, millions of dollars worth of NFTs are traded back and forth between tens and thousands of NBA fans around the world. And hey, it's like fantasy sports as well. For example, if a 2K influencer mentions my team and completing sets in what every night, you have the ability to capitalize in the market if you're able to predict top performers. It's even akin to airline loyalty program, basically for the NBA. Look, Investors include Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, not to mention Will Smith. There are also a lot of NBA players in the community like Tyrese Halliburton, Cole Anthony, and Harrison Barnes. Like, I hear people tell me all the time, or ask me all the time, hey, why would I buy a highlight when I can just watch it on YouTube for free? Not just about watching a highlight, it's about having ownership stake in what's akin to a stock market, as mentioned, for the NBA's greatest highlights. So, if you sign up today for Top Shot today, the best way to start is by getting yourself a starter pack. You can pull an NFT of superstar like LeBron James, KD, or rookies like Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley for just $9. And if you pull your favorite player from the starter pack, well, let me say you didn't do that. Well, you can snag moments from the marketplace that appeal to you. Challenges are the best way to earn exclusive moments, NFT rewards, complete challenges to unlock moments, NFTs. You can treat Top Shot like the best of daily fantasy sports. Top Shot moments can get you access to events and even be used in fantasy mini games on a regular basis. NBA Top Shot is the future of being an NBA fan. Own officially licensed rare NFTs of the greatest moments from NBA history. Sign up today at lockedon.nbatopshot.com. Celebrate the freedom of choice with Built Bar. Did you know you can choose from many delicious flavors at Built Bar? Well, you can get coconut, raspberry, mint brownie, salted caramel, strawberry. The list goes on and on. There's definitely a flavor for each and every Built Bar fan. And hey, look, if you feel like you're going to miss out, they have the mix box. You'll get 2 of each of the 9 flavors. Not only are Built Bar flavors the best tasting, they're also healthy too. 17 to 18 grams of protein, calories ranging from 130 to 180, only 4 to 5 grams of sugar, and only 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. Amazing flavors, all tasty, all healthy. Order today. Get the grasshopper cookie or raspberry or whatever you like. Built Bar is the official protein bar of the U.S. track and field team. That is pretty cool. Go to Built.com right now and get yourself 15% off your order. That's Built.com, 15% off. Once again, at Built.com.
Manu could have done it. Tim could have done it. There's a few other guys that are just so good at it.
Did you train with
Walker's really good.
Oh yeah?
Lonnie's been doing this forever.
Oh, wow.
With us since he first came in the first year, and he's been doing it off season, in season, whatever. He's and his fiance's in here all the time working out with my sons. Lonnie's been doing it for years, and he's really, really good. The more you do this, the better you get at it. It's just like any other sport. But those guys they stand out. They stand out a lot.
Oh wow, yeah. See,
Even Bryn was great at it. Bryn was always doing it, and White. D. White's amazing at it because these guys have been doing it since they got here in the season. They just got better and better at it. And they want to get better. They do their privates or they do it with the team. That's when you know these guys are really serious about what they're doing. Is when they do it with the team, but they say, "I want more," and they do it on their own because they want to get better at their sport. That's the key. It gets you better at basketball. The fast hand-eye coordination, the drills, your core strength, and your mental capability of knowing you can do it.
Right.
It just gets you better at whatever you're doing. That's why, football players do it. Everyone's doing this. Everyone's boxing because it's just a special sport.
We're here with James Leija right here at Leija Boxing Fitness. He is a longtime off-season trainer for the San Antonio Spurs. He's talking to us about what it takes and what it means for him and just for the players that have gone through his program and for the San Antonio Spurs to find success with his players on the court. Just a few more questions, Jessica. I don't want to take up too much of your time. What has been some of the funnier moments? You mentioned one already about Will Perdue not wanting to run or where asking you, like, why are we running this amount when the court is only this amount? Have there been any moments where you just had to just stop and just laugh? Like, was it Manu collapsing on the court?
Yeah, one was a Manu laughing, collapsing and being so tired. But most of the thing is, there's so many of them. There's a few of them. Because I always punch guys back. And even I have to jump up to hit Tim. But for Tim and I, every time we do mitts, we always bet on how many times I'm going to hit him. Because he said, "You can't hit me." And I said, "Yes, I can. I'm going to hit you." And while we're doing mitts, I get to hit him clean on the face with mitts, with the mitts. Yeah. And I'm not hitting him hard, but I'm able to hit him. So I say, like, "See, I can hit you." And he always says, "Okay, 10 times. You won't hit me no more than 10 times today." Or whatever. That's a funny thing that we always go through is that we bet each other how much I'm going to be able to hit him or not hit him.
Have any of the players wanted to go one-on-one with each other, like get in the ring?
Oh, yeah. They pretend they had their gloves on. Yeah. So whenever you have your gloves on, you want to hit someone. Yeah. So they they go, who was it? Tim and, I forgot who it was. Tim and someone else. Was it Matt or someone else that they were like trying to hit each other? They're playing around, but they put their gloves on, they size up to each other and stuff. But it's just funny, this guys, because think about it, you put gloves on, you want to hit something, and you become macho all of a sudden.
Right away,
you become like you're the best fighter in the world.
You're Rocky.
But that's the confidence in this learning how to fight. It gives you, and it's confidence. It's about confidence with the Spurs. And but we there's so many funny things, or I'm hit. It's usually things I'm hitting them, or I grab them and I get them in the clinch and I try to knock them down or push them down. Even though it's probably funny because I'm so short compared to these guys, and I'm hitting them and pushing them around, and it's always different when I've been doing this for all my life, and so I'm able to hit them easy, and they can't believe that I'm hitting them so easy.
Right.
But it's just because it's a skill thing.
Right.
It's
skill.
I've seen the openings, and they can't believe it. Like, man, you hit me again. I can't believe you hit me again. And it's just it becomes a.
Right.
It's for them. It's challenging for them not to let me hit them,
Yeah.
and so they start working at that. But it's a tiring part of it. It's a mental aspect, and I think that's why they still do it, because mentally you have to be mentally tough to be in basketball, football, baseball, any sport like that.
Yeah.
To be great at it.
Talk to us about the gym. If people want to come over, sign up. How many locations do you have? What do you offer for those they're in San Antonio right now listening to the show and want to come and join the Leija Boxing Fitness?
We're at 8418 Broadway. The funny thing is we're around the building on 8418. We're in the back end. There's a Cane's Chicken that's right next to us. You go on the street, the side street's Greenbrier, and you would turn on Greenbrier and go around the back of the gym. But we've been here a year now. We've been open for 17 years as Leija Boxing Fitness. A year at this location. We had 3 locations, but we made one big location in Central San Antonio, Broadway and 410, and we're open every day but Sundays. And if anyone look us up on Instagram, Leija Boxing and Fitness, on Facebook, Leija Boxing and Fitness. We just got a new phone number, and I don't remember the phone number right now.
Right.
I can get to it, but. We're here, and we train everybody from businessmen to businesswomen. Sometimes most of my clients are businessmen and women. We have a few amateur boxers, a couple of pro boxers here, but my main concern is to train the ordinary person how to become a confident person and learn how to protect themselves and learn the art of boxing.
And it's a beautiful facility, the one out here on Broadway. We're in it right now. Excuse all the background noise and bags you're hearing, but it's about 2 stories. It has a balcony. Yeah, 2 stories. You got the ring. You got some weights. You got everything you need to lose weight, learn a skill. Yeah. Meet a San Antonio champion, and hit the bags.
And get confidence. And get in the best shape of your life.
I sure need it, though. That's for sure. This is sitting here with this tire on my waist here. But, Jesse, I want to thank you for taking some time out to join Locked On Spurs. I know a lot of Spurs fans are going to enjoy listening to this, hearing some stories about you training San Antonio Spurs and getting them ready. So for Jesse James Leija, I am Jeff Garcia. We're going to put a lock on this episode of Locked On Spurs.